Happy to see everybody here. Hi, Jeff. Oh, hi, Celine. I've seen you in other chats before, sweetheart. I've never seen you here before. Welcome. How's everybody feeling tonight? No. Oh, your mom's Judith? Oh, I love your mom. She's a sweetheart. She's sweet. She's good to me. Where's your mama at? How you doing, Jeff? You hanging out? Happy to see y'all. Fabuloso. Good. You enjoying your new decks, Jeff? You know, I still got to open that one that you just got. And that's what's funny, because I've had it for like 2 weeks now, and it's still sitting in the box. I haven't opened it yet. You like it? I hear it's a good deck. I'm sure. I hear it's going to be an interesting one. I think, who was it? Ange, Roots and Waves, Ange has it too. Hi, beautiful Carolyn. How are you, sweetheart? Welcome. I'll have to pull it out in the next couple of days and go through it, because I got a few decks over there that I still haven't opened yet. I've just been waiting for the right time and to do it. Guess I could pull out my pen and paper, huh? That would help. So where's your mom, Celine? Figured she'd be here. I know she was here last night with me for a little bit. Oh, and beautiful Carolyn, I did get your donation, sweetheart, earlier, so thank you. Just so you know, I did get it. How's Peter doing? Feels like it's starting to cool off over here a little bit. At least at night it has been. Just a little bit. I know after I got done with my live last night, I walked outside and I had to put on my coat because I was freezing my butt off. But I'm not complaining. I'd rather it be cold than hot. I just don't want it freezing cold to where I gotta drive in the snow. Oh, good. I'm happy to hear that. Oh, there you are. Yeah, I seen your daughter was in here. I don't know if she's still in here now, but she said hi, Judith. So, Hi, beautiful. How are you? I'm doing good here. Yeah, I've been busy. I had to take a nap earlier. But at least I got some sleep. But, of course, I ended up waking up right before I heard my husband's alarm go off. Yeah, I can say she is beautiful. Okay, beautiful, and have a good night, honey. Hi, Courtney. How are you, beautiful? Yes, of course she's beautiful. You're right. Oh, you are beautiful. Including you, Jeff, but I know you're a guy. I know you don't like hearing that. At least all guys don't, that I know. They want to hear they're handsome. Wow. Did y'all just see my light flicker? Hello, James. Stand up. Stand up for what? Hi, Swetha. How are you, sweetheart? Yes, I did, honey. There you go, Courtney. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. Spirit told me to come on here, so, and I said last night I would come back tonight, so. So I'm just here spending my evening with y'all. Yes, Courtney, I'm more of a night owl. I've been that way since far back as I can remember. I think I got that from my mama because she was a night owl. Plus, I ended up working nights. And then a lot of the pool tournaments I played in would go on. It would go on during the day, but then I would be there until like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning some nights, playing in the pool tournament. So I had to adjust my body to being up at night mostly instead of during the day. Yes, it is. Diary, you're gonna have to wait a minute, sweetheart. You know, you can always introduce yourself to the chat and say hello. And so hello to you. So for all my new beautiful people who are new here, who don't know me, my name is Amanda. And this is my channel, Tropical Empress in Spirit. I'm a psychic and intuitive reader. And the way this works is I go through, I can do a mini reading for y'all. That can only be like 1 or 2 cards for free. Or if you want an extended reading, you'd have to make a $5 minimum donation to one of the links provided in the description box, where I give you several cards and I go into more details to answer your questions. So, but the people who make donations go first. Aw, thank you, Courtney. You're so sweet and good to me, honey. It was part of time you got up and was productive. Well, I'm happy to hear that. I would have hated to hear you've been dragging at work. It would have felt bad. At least I didn't stay on it all night last night, because I did get off at about 2 in the morning. So I'm happy to hear that. I just got your donation, Courtney. Thank you, beautiful. Well, I could have, but I didn't have your number, sweetheart. So I was probably still sleeping when you got up to go to work. Especially if you get up around 6. I was asleep by then. Because I knew once I got off of here, I probably stayed up for maybe an hour. And then, I mean, I went to bed. I went in there and I laid down and I was out. Oh, darn. Yeah, I know. Dagudi, I'm getting ready to start them, sweetheart. You're going to have to be a little patient. And like I said, I do donations first. So there's like people already ahead of you. Beautiful Carolyn, sweetheart. What's your question, honey? Because I know I got your donation first. Wow, that's a long day, Courtney. That is a long day. I remember those days, though. Gosh, I remember when I used to work 17 hours straight. And then I would go home and sleep for like maybe 5 hours. And then get back up and do it all over again. Yes, beautiful Carolyn. I was waiting for you to tell me your question, honey, because I just asked. You probably didn't hear me, but what's your question, honey? Okay, Ange. Thank you for stopping by, beautiful. I appreciate you. Okay, Judith. Thank you, honey. I'll do a reading for her. Boy, Spirit must have a lot to say because I'm already getting chills. No, really. Need to send her all those angels so she can get all that work done. Hurry up and come back here. No, but I know she has stuff going on too. So when she's here, I really appreciate her help. She's a great bond. Happy to have her here when she can be here. And Courtney, I can write down your question too, honey, if you're ready. You got some dusting to do? I mean, I got some dusting to do in my house too. And a whole bunch of unpacking still. I need all the angels come clean my house. Unpack all my stuff. Hang up all my clothes. Cut my yard. Because I got like weeds that are probably growing. They're like over 2.5 feet tall now. You just leave the lights off so you don't see it. That works, Judith. Same as before. Okay, honey. Let me read into your energy and see what's going on with him. I think he's just waiting for you to give him the green light. You know what? I don't ever get to use this deck. I feel like I'm going to need this one tonight. Okay. Alright, honey, I got you written down. Alright, Spirit. Oh, Courtney, come on, sweetheart. That's not stupid. No, beautiful, because it involves you and they're in your energy. So I can still ask it without it being a third party, because it's pretty much involving you, but because they're in your energy, it'll come up. All right. Hey, you got some major arcana cards here. Let's see this. Okay, Carolyn. I feel like he's looking for balance. Like, I feel like he's lonely. And I feel like with you, he feels like he can have that kind of balance. I feel like that even if he has someone that he's not getting his needs met. Because I feel like even with this, like, he's seeing like a united front with you, because I get the card of unity here. And this card is just making me feel like that's what he's looking for. He's looking for a union, being, united with you. That's going to give him the, what he thinks he's lacking elsewhere. I don't, I still feel like he could come off as just being friendly right now, but I still feel like he has strong feelings there that he's kind of like hiding. Like he's just waiting for the right time to reveal them if he hasn't revealed them to you yet, which I don't believe he has. Um, and I think he wants to come in with a offer um, for a plan to make plans somehow, because I get the Knight of Pentacles. So I feel like he wants to come in with an offer, like, possibly to meet you somewhere. If y'all are close, as far as distance, or if he lives somewhere out of state or whatever, that I feel like he would try and figure out a way to try and meet you face to face. And I feel like he might even try and find an excuse to meet you. So I feel like you're gonna have to have a lot of strength in this. And I get the strength card, so I feel like you're going to have a lot of strength in this. I feel like you're going to still have to be kind and have compassion, which I know you do have. But I feel like you're going to have to really, maybe be a little more firm with him. And you may even have to be direct with him and ask him, what's your agenda here? Because I get the feeling that you want something more, and I'm not looking for anything more. I'm happy. I have a husband. I'm not going anywhere. We're happy, and this is where I want to stay, and this is where I want to be. So I feel like you're going to have a lot of strength in this, and you may even have to, I don't want to say get mean, but I just feel like there has to be a little more assertiveness with you to stand up and say to him that you're not interested, because he's looking at you right now as the Queen of Cups, and he's looking for a deep emotional connection, and that's what he's seeing with you. um, I don't feel like that there's any other. I don't feel like he's a bad person. I just think that he's just lonely. His needs aren't getting met, so he sees that he has some kind of deeper connection to you. He may even feel like you're like a twin flame or something to him. So I feel like he sees you as his Queen of Cups. He sees you as this swan right here that can give him that emotional fulfillment that he's lacking elsewhere. Um, and I feel like, he can be probably a little mischievous, playful. I feel like that he could probably even, be a lot of fun to be around, and maybe even come across as, innocently flirting with you. But I still feel like he's looking for a chance with you because, again, I get the Page of Pentacles. So I feel like he's looking for that opportunity with you to pursue you further. Um, I mean, I even feel like there's, if he's with someone, I feel like there's possibly trouble in his relationship, which is why he's looking elsewhere. But um, Spirit just told me, though, that I think it's a little more than that. Like, there might even be someone else he's, trying to go after, but I think he sees you as the main one that he would like to start a relationship with. I mean, whether, you know, he were to leave his relationship or not, if he's in one, I still feel like he would still pursue you. And I just feel like he was looking for someone that he can, you know, have some fun with, relax with, and, you know, make him laugh. Maybe have that deep emotional connection that he's not getting elsewhere. Because right here I see the Four of Wands. So he's looking for, you know, to celebrate with you and have that victory with you. And you can see there's two otters here. This is what he's looking for with you. You know, could it be, you know, something more serious and, you know, just even a playful rendezvous? Yeah, I feel that's what he's after. Um, but I also feel like I think he would even accept it if it wasn't something that serious. I feel like that, you know, just to be near you would make him happy and make him feel fulfilled in some way, that you would fulfill that empty hole that's missing, or that empty space in his life and in his heart that he's just not feeling. He doesn't feel whole to me. Um, I feel like he's a nice guy. He probably has a lot to offer, but I know you're not interested. So I still feel like there's you know, a romantic connection. He's trying to light that fire with you. Um, so I feel like right now, you know, even if he has other options, um, I think that he's looking at making that decision and picking you, because I get the Seven of Cups. I mean, this is all about making choices, but I feel like even if he has other choices, he would choose you in the end. So I don't feel like this is just a friendship. But do I feel like he's going to come out and tell you his feelings right now? No. I think he's waiting for the right opportunity to tell you how he feels before coming clean and saying what's really on his mind. Because I don't think he wants to scare you away. I feel like if he were to come clean to you right now and say how he feels, I think he knows that, you know, he would probably lose you. Not that if he were to wait, you know, say, you know, a few months that it would change, but this is what's going on in his head, is what I'm picking up out of your energy, that's what he's thinking and he's hoping, you know, that what, even if, you know, he were to stay with whoever he's with, you know, or not, you know, if there is someone else, that he would still find time to be with you with all, you know, the options out there open. Um, what else? Because I even pulled out this Hidden Secrets Hearts Oracle, because I just wanted to see what would come out that he's not telling you. So I'm going to pull a few of these out and see. All right, Spirit. Stop giving me chills. Because I just heard he is with someone, but they don't have time with him or for him, is what I just heard. Or not enough time. Yeah. And he feels confused. So I feel like you know, few cards I pulled out, I feel like he's exhausted, like trying to make his other relationship work. So I feel like, you know, that he's already done everything I think he feels he can do to try and make that relationship work. So he's looking to you. You're like his shining big star is what I see. Because I feel like there's even anger. He has anger towards this other person, because I feel like there's another person here when I tap into your energy. I feel like he has bitterness and anger, you know, towards this other relationship. And um, I feel like that there's probably even been a lot of fights and disagreements. Um, I also feel like in the midst of it, that maybe even this other person, whoever this person is to him, I feel like that they may even feel like he's not being honest with them and that he's hiding something. When I tap into your energy, that's what's coming out. And I feel like there's a lot of confusion going both ways, because I feel like he still has emotions for this other person, but he's confused. And I think that comes to you, that his feelings for you, you know, caused him to be confused and unsure of, is he making the right decision. So I feel like he's playing even ping pong with himself sometimes, going back and forth. Like I feel like one minute, you know, especially if he's had some kind of interaction with you, it's like, yes, this is where I want to be. But then, you know, later that day, if he talks to, you know, his other partner, whoever this person is, that, you know, he's like, oh, well, everything's going better right now. You know, maybe I'm going to get what I want, and maybe, you know, they've heard me. But then he ends up getting rejected again by that person. That's what I get next. He's getting rejected by this other person. So he's looking for someone to kind of even maybe stroke his ego some. Um, some people, you know, they go through and they're used to getting, you know, that kind of attention from others, you know, even when they're in relationships. You know, you see people, you know, they go out and they're in public and they see that other people notice them, and, you know, they turn around and look or want to talk to them. And I feel like that he's looking for that person to stroke his ego too. But I still feel like he's still confused about his feelings too when it comes to you and this other person. So it's a ping pong, Carolyn, is what I'm getting out of this. He's confused. Do I feel like his feelings there for you could be legitimate? Yeah, but I feel like there's a lot of lust in it too, and a lot of his own ego playing along with this. So the thing is just like that teeter-totter with him is what I'm picking up from your energy. I don't know what the interaction's been, you know, with you, you know, but for some reason he thinks you're his shining star. He sees you as this Queen of Cups, sweetheart. So I would be a little more assertive with him and tell him, you know, look, if he can't respect, you know, the fact that you're married and you're happy and you're not going anywhere, you know, or maybe separate some distance. I mean, could you maintain a friendship with him? I mean, yeah, if you state your boundaries with him, as long as he respects them. But I just feel like he wants more. And I feel like he's not going to tell you that right now, though. He's still biding his time to say anything to you. So I don't know if this makes sense to you, honey. Well, do you know if they're having any problems, though, honey? Because I feel like he's playing both. I mean, this is the energy I'm getting. I don't feel like, you know, they could be having good moments, but I still feel like there's something else going on in his energy. I mean, she's going to thank you for giving him back. So there is this woman. You said it's his wife. Okay, so could they be having problems right now? Or maybe he's making her think that everything's all good, but in the back of his mind, he's still thinking about you. I mean, I don't know, how long they've been married or anything, but I still feel like there's something missing here. And he sent you a song, Happy, Happy Birthday, Baby. I mean, yeah, I keep getting chills. So my spirit team's telling me I'm right, sweetheart, because I keep getting chills. So I think that he's making her think that everything's okay, but I think maybe to a degree it might be on the surface, what he's, presenting himself to be when he's around her, but when they're not together, I feel like he's thinking about you. And I feel like, whatever opportunity he gets to be able to communicate with you, he's going to, you know, take advantage of that. That's what I'm getting from this, beautiful. So you may just have to reconsider your position with this, honey. Um, I mean, happy, happy birthday. I mean, yeah, I mean, sending a song that's like, I don't know. I don't know what song that is, but I know that I wouldn't be sending friends songs like that if it was just a friendship, sweetheart. And I think anyone, would probably have a problem with someone else sending, a song to them unless it's truly like a friendship song. You know what I mean? So I don't know what that whole song is, what all the words are, but unless it's just somebody singing happy, happy birthday. But I don't know, Carolyn. I feel like he still has feelings there for you, honey. And that's what my spirit team's saying. Cause I get chills again. Yeah. So I would just kind of like take it easy, honey. Beautiful. I don't know. I mean, I think maybe you should probably try talking to his wife more and see. I mean, I don't know when it was that she told you that things are good between them, but if it hasn't been very recent, I'd be wondering. But um, I know I could say more. I may have to email it to you though, sweetheart. Okay, spirit, I understand. Um, let's see. What's the advice, spirit, here? I just want to see something real quick. Okay. Okay, spirit. Yeah, I got the chills, okay. I feel like, see, and y'all have a romantic history. So that gives me more feeling to believe that he has stronger feelings there than what he's admitting. And then I have no doubt he probably isn't proud of her. But it's like, there's some of those relationships now, and I'm not saying this about all, serious long-term relationships and marriages, but you have some that, yeah, things work because they got a solid foundation. Their friendship is solid still. But as far as the romantic side of it, things aren't, hopping in the behind closed doors, to try and, keep us classy is what I'm feeling. Because I've heard a lot of people say that, where they stay with in fact, they stay with their spouse because, you know, they're getting all their, basic needs and necessities taken care of, and because they've already invested so many years with that person, and because, they're probably a good, parent to their kids, and, in public, people already know them as that one solid couple. Um, but, yeah, they have a strong, foundation for a friendship, but in the romance side of things, it's dead in the water. There, time and time again, I hear that from people. So that's just something to think about here, beautiful lady. Especially knowing there's a history, a romantic history. I mean, I understand it was 40 years ago, but it kind of gives me reason to be alarmed. And I'll share this much with you, sweetheart. Just throwing me into this. I had an ex-boyfriend that I dated back before my mama died. In fact, we were engaged, but we lived 3,000 miles away from each other, so naturally we couldn't see each other every day, every week, or even every month, let alone every year, especially with my mother being sick, and my mama didn't like him either, so it's not like he flew out here to see me. So if I wanted to see him, I would go out to California to see him. And after my mama died, he didn't handle it right with me when I called him up and told him, what had happened. And so that ended the relationship there on my end, to where I literally hung up on him after I told him my mother had passed away. Instead of, saying to me like, baby, I'm sorry for your loss, I'm here for you and this and that. First words out of his mouth was, it's time for you to come home. And I'm like, yeah, that's not happening. So I was so mad at him. I hung up on him and I didn't call him. He kept trying to call me. He would ring my phone off the hook. I wouldn't answer. I didn't want to talk to him. To me, the relationship was over. Well, then it came up like several months later. I think he reached out to me. And yeah, we talked, but I mean, the relationship was over. We had not been in contact in months. So I started dating someone else. And then after I had, found, and got married, we still talked, but it was more distant, which that's the way I wanted. But, he knew, it was just a friendship. And, my husband, back then at the time would tell me, he's still in love with you. He wants you back. That he would pursue you if we weren't together. And I kept saying to him, like, nah, I think he knows it's over. I think he knows it's done. And he's like, no, he would take you back right now if I wasn't here. He would chase you. He would pursue you. And I kept saying no. And then something happened. I don't remember what happened, but I think, he ended up calling me. There was something that happened. I think maybe his dad died. And, and he was devastated and everything. And he finally, just admitted then that, yeah, he was still in love with me. And he still had strong feelings for me. And that, he wanted me back. And so my husband was right. I mean, so I feel like this is one of those things, sweetheart. Oh, hi, beautiful Maureen. How are you, sweetheart? So I feel like he's going to hide his feelings for you for a little while. But I feel like that song kind of tells me that's his kind of like his innocent way of trying to let you know that he has feelings for you still. That's what I pick up from that, sweetheart. So, all right, Spirit, one more time. Get one last piece of advice here. Yeah, I feel like he still wants, because I get the same thing. 3 of spring, which is 3 of cups. That tells me that he's still looking for to celebrate with you, and that you're gonna have to go through and be a little more assertive with him. You know, just say, listen, you know, we were together 40 years ago, but that was 40 years ago. We're both married, and, you know, I'm with my husband, you're with your wife, and let it go. You know, we can be friends, but understand that there's a boundary. And I feel like you're going to have to put up your boundary. You know, this card is telling me it's a differing of opinions. And so I feel like this is telling me, like, you know, you see it one way that, no, it can't be. He can't have strong feelings or still want me. But on the other end, I'm hearing that he does. He wants to pursue something more with you. That those feelings, that fire he had for you over 40 years ago, it didn't go out, honey. I don't feel like he ever left your heart, to be honest. That's what I'm picking up. I just feel like, you know, in your energy, I just feel like he's just wanting to pursue more. And maybe, you know, like I said, he could be proud of his wife. I don't doubt that he's not proud of her. I just think that there's something else going on that he's not being honest with you about. And, you know, I mean, could she be, you know, acting like everything's all perfect, you know, with them, because you are, after all, like his, you know, love from 40 years ago. Yeah, I believe that's a possibility too. To try to make it look like everything's great when maybe behind closed doors it's really not. That's kind of a feeling I get right now. Beautiful. So, but I think he's gonna be supportive as long as they're married. I mean, yeah, he's gonna show support, and if they have kids, which I'm gonna assume they do, they're gonna show up as a united front to their kids, and if there's grandkids. But I feel like he still has a fire for you, beautiful lady. I mean, what guy wouldn't know? I mean, you're a great woman. You know, I could see, you know, guys, you know, even back when you were younger, you know, that you dated, that, you know, outside of him, I could still see them have a fire for you. So, and I still think he has a fire for you. And he's just not letting you know right now. But I mean, that song, Carolyn, that tells me he still does. Even that, even more. So, oh, wow. So that tells me there. Oh, beautiful. Something don't feel right with it, Carolyn. Something don't feel right here. I'm gonna have to spend some more time on it, beautiful. And let you know, but it don't, in your energy, like I could just, I'm telling you, the way I'm picking it up is, it's like one of the conversations you had with him, picking it up through your energy, that when you had that conversation with him, however you communicated with him, like I could feel his heart fluttering. That's what I feel. Of course, he's not going to say that to you right now, because he doesn't want that happening again. And like I said, I feel like I feel like that she would put up a front to make it seem like everything's all happy when it's not, you know, or it's not as good as she wants everyone else to make it seem like. That's what I feel. I feel there's something missing there, just going through your energy. So, Like, I mean, I even just saw a vision. Just, like, I could see him just holding the phone, like, just, and I could see him even having the nostalgia feeling, just talking to you, just wishing you pick up that phone, or whenever you send him an email, whatever it is, I feel like there's just this flutter in his heart still for you. So I'll have to sit here and meditate with it some just to see. But well, beautiful. I think Peter's right. And he knows, Matt. He knows he's still in love with you. I agree with him. I agree with Peter. He does. He still loves you. His heart's still on fire for you. You know. You know that saying, how you go through. Hold on, beautiful lady. I'll answer your question. Hold on. You know that saying, how they say, you go through, yeah, when you meet your first love, yeah, that's your first love, and maybe it's the love of your life, maybe it's not. Doesn't mean that you can't, go and find happiness with someone else later on, even though you lost the love of your life, or your first love, y'all broke up and walk away, you can still find happiness elsewhere. Well, of course, people do all the time. But does that mean you forget that first love? Does that mean you forget the love of your life? No. That person's always going to have a hold. That person's always going to carry that fire, that flame, and yeah, I mean, a lot of their feelings is still going to stem from when they knew you back when y'all were together, not how the current, the way the current circumstances and situations are in the present. They're only going back to when y'all were together. So, and I think that's just kind of like stemming it. That's where it's coming from. He's still remembering you back when y'all were together 40 years ago. That's what I feel from this. Yes, deity, there's still paid readings going on. I'm sorry, honey, it's going to be a minute. There's a couple ahead of you. So please just be patient. So let me see what else comes up later, Carolyn. And I'll let you know, sweetheart. But I agree with Peter. I do. I agree he still has the flame for you, honey. Oof. Yep. Spirit's confirming that. So I'll let you know if anything else comes up. Okay, beautiful lady. Well, deity, let me tell you something, sweetheart. If you're not here when I call your name, I don't do readings unless you're present, sweetheart. Just so you know. And I'll skip you if you're not here. And if I call your name, you're not here, I'll skip you. So just keep that in mind, sweetheart. Hello, beautiful Miss Moonlight. How are you, honey? All right, Spirit. So I'll go through Carolyn, beautiful lady, and I'll see what else comes up. Oh, Duty. Yeah, that tells me he wants to know what you're thinking because he wants to know if you're thinking about him the way he's thinking about you. So you just confirm what else came through. Because he doesn't want to say it first. Like I said, he's not going to say it first, I don't feel. Because I feel like if you won't, like, pursue him, like, if you won't open that door to having a romantic relationship with him again, he's not going to take the chance of damaging what he still has right now currently, is how I feel. You know, so he's going to make sure that your feelings for him, you know, if, you know, the way he's thinking, if you have feelings for him, he's going to make sure you're going to be the first one to say it before he will. So, to me, in that point of view, he may not ever say it because he's always going to be waiting for you to say it first. For him to be comfortable enough to open up to you then. Because he's not going to risk his marriage. Even if things aren't going as good as he may want them to, I don't think he's going to risk his marriage, you know, after, you know, however long they've been married. I mean, I know you just had a big birthday, so I'm going to at least say they've been married at least, you know, 20, 30 years, at least. So that's what I'm picking up here. You're welcome, beautiful Carolyn. I will, honey. I'll let you know. I know it goes deeper than that. Okay. Yeah. Hi, beautiful Jen. Yeah, I think Jen has a point too there. I love y'all too. I'm so happy y'all are here. You know, it's so good to me. So yeah, I think he is. He's trying to relive that feeling he had with you 40 years ago. That's what I feel. I can feel like at that point that he feels like you're the one that got away. That's how I feel. Is what he's thinking. So, but I don't think he's gonna risk his marriage either. Knowing you would probably more than likely write his wife another letter. Or, you know, even though you were respectful about it, but he's not gonna go through and light his house on fire again, so to speak. If you're not gonna be willing to give him a chance to pursue something. That's what I feel, honey. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yes, beautiful. That long. It happens. I mean, you go back to when this happened with me. My ex was back when I was 17 years old. My mother died when I was 19. I'm 43, and that happened just a few years ago. And I say in the last 5 years. The story about me, yeah, I think he can still have a flame for you even after that many years has gone by. And he does. I feel like he still does. Like he feels like you're the one that got away. So. So I'll see what else, you know, comes up. Because I'm sure something else will come to me afterwards. So. I'll let you know, beautiful lady. Unless you want me to check something else really quick. I mean, I just don't understand how did y'all come to be again? Did he just reach out to you one day and find you on social media or something? I know you are, sweetheart. You and Peter were meant for each other, but um, Matt doesn't seem to understand that because he still has hope in his heart for you. Exactly, Jen. Thank you, beautiful Courtney. Because I just even feel like over the years he's even thought of you. If y'all haven't been in contact, I feel like you have crossed his mind. Like I feel like there's been times where there's something that he will see, something he hears, something he's doing that will bring you right back to his mind. You know, I mean, yeah, he could, not thought about you for months, but then suddenly something brings it all rushing back in. And that's when I feel it comes to the surface again. And now this time it just feels like he's really pursuing it. Want to see, what your heart is saying. Especially if he's wanting to know what you're thinking. That tells me that's his way of asking you, how do you feel about him without him directly asking you. That's what I pick up from that question. He's kind of like beating around the bush. So, you're welcome, beautiful Carolyn. I love you, honey. Love you and Peter both. So, I'm here. And I'll email you when more comes up, okay? Yeah, that too, Jen. You're right about that. Not your circus, not your monkey. So beautiful, Courtney. Yeah, because you weren't here last night. My necklace came from, I don't know if you're familiar with a guy named Jonathan Daly. He has a YouTube channel, and he also is a tarot reader, and he interviews other tarot readers, tarot creators. He lives in Hawaii, and he also makes jewelry. So he makes crystal grids, but he makes them into like a necklace. So that's what this is. This is like a crystal grid that's supposed to specifically help you connect with better with your angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones, pretty much with the spirit world. So, and he hand makes them, and each one is selected specifically for you. So, like, not, you're not going to have the same exact necklace as someone else because he goes through and picks out what your spirit guides, your spirit team want, and thinks it's going to work best for you. So he can, ask like what, if there's something specific, like a specific crystal you work with, or one that you want to work with that you haven't, or if you have a specific color in mind that you like, all those different things, and works with your spirit team, talks to them, meditates to create these necklaces. So these are all crystals. Every inch of this is a crystal, so it goes all the way around. Well, it goes all the way around. See? So there's like amethyst or smoky quartz. This is lapis lazuli. This is black tourmaline right here. This is I'm not gonna say it right. It's charite or something like that. It's CHAORITE, I think. That's how it's spelled. And what else is on here? I think there's a couple other stones on here. I can't remember what he told me now. He gave me a list, but there's all kinds of different crystals on here that he made. Mm. Yeah, no, that tells you something right there, beautiful lady. Thank you, beautiful Courtney. I love it. It reminds me, you know, because he's in Hawaii, so this is like part of my heritage, but it's also, it reminds me of like a tribal necklace too. Like you think of like, you know, Native American like, but, you know, tribal. That's what the feeling I get from it. So I like it a lot. I know, Courtney, you missed the fun last night. Who you talking about, Judith? I can't remember who it was that said that to you now, Judith. Thank you, honey. I love it. It is unique. It is cool. Beautiful moonlight. I picked the blues and the purples. I just told him what my favorite colors were. I told him I like black, purple, blue. You know, if he can use those three colors, if, you know, if he could figure it out and work with my, you know, spirit team to come up with those crystals, that would be great. Exactly. Like a tattoo, unique and special. Yep. And then he goes through and he puts it through like a whole ritual of like, if he puts it in, like he does an earth bath, he does a moon bath with it, and I think there's one other step he does with it before he sends it. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's so sweet. I love it. And y'all gonna make me blush now. Totally Pocahontas. It's funny because that was my nickname back in high school. Mm-hmm. Your fourth tattoo, Courtney? Wow. What are you getting this time, honey? I don't even have one tattoo, so... I thought about getting one years ago with my brother, but I chickened out. Thank you, I love it. It's like the right color purple and the right color blue with all the other stones in it. Yep. Yeah, I did. McCourtney wasn't here last night to hear that part. When she said Pocahontas. But yeah, that's what some of my friends used to call me back in high school, as Pocahontas. So that's kind of funny to hear that again. Courtney needs a fairy. And beautiful Judith, I got your donation, sweetheart. So I'll do your reading after Courtney's. Oh, that sounds beautiful, Courtney. Okay, honey. Oh, I bet that's pretty, Miss Moonlight. What's been on your mind? Oh, that sounds beautiful, Carolyn. I would love that in some part Hawaiian or Polynesian, whichever one you want to call it. Well, hello there, Crow's Nest. How are you, sweetheart? Yeah, I just saw it come through. Beautiful. Thank you. Write you down. There's two in front of you, beautiful. And then you'll be next, okay? Thank you for your donations. Thank you, y'all, for being here. Appreciate it. I know, right, Jen? All the things she's seen. Yeah. What is this? Oh, with having long hair, I shed and it gets everywhere. Okay. You're welcome, honey. No, I think it was pretty quiet last night, Courtney. They didn't come in here last night, so, and if they did, they didn't stay long. Nope. I can't show that. Let's see. Spirit, work with me here. All right, beautiful Courtney. Um, I pulled several cards because there's something that tells me that yes, it's gonna happen, but it's not gonna be an easy road of getting there. Like there's gonna be something that's gonna happen. Like I feel like y'all gonna have a get together or a gathering of some kind, which would be nice, like a celebration possibly before the Christmas holiday. But I feel like something else is gonna come in and maybe disrupt the um, happy gathering. Could it lead to something coming back together and things getting worked out? Yeah, I mean, I feel like it could because I get the Lover's card, but then I get the Nine of Wands behind it. So, like the first card I pulled here is the Knight of Air, and this is the Knight of Swords. So, I feel like you're going to have to be logical with what you're wanting to do. Um, you're going to have to be focused on what you want the outcome to be because it may come out where you do spend Christmas together, but it may be not in the way you had hoped. Like I feel like, you know, maybe, somebody doesn't get along with each other. Maybe there's some kind of, disagreement or, little cat fight beforehand. Like I feel like there's going to be something that's going to happen either leading up to the Christmas holiday or it might even happen on that day. So I feel like Spirit's wanting you to be logical with your approach and just stay focused on what it is you want, but also have, be logical with, what it is or what it could be, what the potential of it is, what the potential of it can be without, separating your emotions from it. Like pretty much, have your head over, rule your heart right now and think of, okay, weigh the pros and cons. Because I feel like maybe y'all have not been talking for a while or things haven't been on a smooth ground with y'all or something. But I feel like there's been some kind of coming back together. Um, at least that's what I'm picking up. Um, I feel like that you're gonna have to probably go into hermit mode and contemplate this too, and just think everything through. I feel like there's gonna be people there who are going to be happy you're there with your family, who are going to want you there, and it's going to make it a joyous holiday because you're there, because they're happy you're there. But I don't know if everybody's going to be happy you're there though. I mean, that's kind of like what I'm picking up on, and I think that's why Spirit's asking you to go into hermit mode and really weigh those options. Is this something you really want? Like, will you be able to handle it if things don't go exactly the way you're hoping or dreaming it will? Because it may not. It feels like there might be some kind of tension, and I don't want to put a dark cloud on you worrying about this, because holidays are supposed to be special and happy, especially when the people we love and care about want to spend those holidays and make those memories with. But for some reason, the energy I'm picking up here tells me there's someone that's going to be happy, one or two people are going to be happy, but then there's others who aren't. And I think like the people who aren't going to be happy could be the one that causes some kind of problem here. I feel like there has to be a meeting of the minds. I feel like there has to be both, everybody involved is going to have to want this, and it's going to have to, meet each other halfway, have some kind of compromise in this. And I say this because I get the Page of Swords next. So, and this is about being logical and also about stating your truth and not being afraid of, back down from that truth, But I feel like with you being truthful, stating what it is you want and what you expect, the rest of the families can also have to do the same. So, um, Do I feel like the person or persons who may not be as happy about this get together for Christmas, do I feel like they're going to speak up then? Not necessarily, but I also I don't feel like I just feel like something's gonna happen. They're gonna make some kind of scene of some kind. Like they're something's gonna come up before this that's gonna make it to where maybe the person or persons who's gonna be happy that you and your family are there are gonna be put in like a tough situation, maybe even having to choose is what I just heard. And that, that's the energy I'm picking up right now. It could change, we still got a few months to go before Christmas, but I just feel like there's going to be someone in there. I feel like it's more than one person, but there's at least one person who isn't going to be thrilled about this get together for Christmas. So be honest about how you feel. Even state your worries and concerns. Talk it out with the people you feel who will be happy that you and your family are going to be there for the Christmas holiday. If y'all are already talking about making those plans, and if y'all haven't talked about making those plans beautiful, it's you got to talk to them now to get this stuff worked out, because I think it's going to take some time to work this out. I don't think this is going to be like a discussion and everybody be like, okay, well, let's just say there's somebody who has um is holding a grudge from, let's just say, 5 years ago. I don't feel like that person's just going to come back and say, okay, well, I forgive you for what you did 5 years ago and blah blah blah. And I don't feel that from this. I just feel like somebody has some resentment for something, but I can't be certain what that resentment is, but that's what I feel coming into this. In your energy, I feel like someone else in your energy with your chosen family, as you call them, is not happy, or they're not going to be happy about this. Do I think they could put up a pretty good front and try and hide it? Yeah, they probably could. I think they could put up a mask, but I feel like their energy is going to say it all, though, and you're going to pick up on it. And I think it might even come to bumping heads, maybe, because I feel like you might even say something then, and then that's when it could probably get a little testy, is what I'm getting. But I feel like you will still have that opportunity to be with them, um, spending the holiday together. I feel like you're going to have it's going to end up mostly the way you want it. I just think it's going to be an uphill battle, but, I do get the Nine of Cups in this. So, and this is about happiness, about your dreams coming true, what you're wanting to happen, which is to spend, the holiday with your chosen family. So, this tells me that yes, it will happen, but I just think it's going to take a lot of working out on the sidelines. You know, whoever it is that's going to be happy or there, I think they're probably going to have a lot of discussions with the people who probably ain't going to be so happy or thrilled about it. And why that is, I don't know, beautiful. I can only read into your energy and what I'm picking up and then what comes through because of, them being your energy. I can only read so much because I'm only going through your energy and not theirs. So like their thoughts and all that I can't pick up on because not completely, other than what I pick up through your energy. So it makes it hard to like see what is beyond that, if that makes any sense. But I feel like it will happen, yes. Which I know that's, something you want. And I feel like it will be good. It's just going to be a little bumpy road. It might be a little testy, would be the word. You might feel a little fire there, I think they'll try and, whoever it is that's not going to like this, or not going to be thrilled about it. I'm not going to say they're going to, be in a bad mood. That's not what I'm saying, but I don't feel like they're going to be all excited and happy that you're there either. They're going to hide it, but their energy is going to give them away. That's what I feel about it. So just, enjoy the time with them, that you have because you know, family's important, even if it's your whether it's your blood family or your chosen family. It's important to be with the people you love and who love you and want you there. But because one of the other things that came up that I didn't grab before this is the other thing I get is this is like the tower card life experience, and this is kind of like what tells me something's gonna happen. That's the other card that gives it to me. So I feel like there might be something else, like I said, that's gonna come in and make this a little rocky. Um, there might even be something that happens that nobody could have ever foreseen happening. Like, let's just say someone gets sick, or let's just say that someone's I don't want to say anything like that because I try not to say those things because then it manifests and I don't want that. Just say something ridiculous happens. Let's just say a bad earthquake happens. Um, so damage gets done to the house. Like maybe that's what, prevents something from happening. Then there's stress that comes in that's wasn't planned for. An earthquake, causing damage to, the house and the car and all that. I feel like there's going to be some kind of something tower like that that's going to bring it crashing down. But then I feel like once everything is smoothed out, it will be built back up on stable ground and it'll be okay. At least for the most part, except for like one or two people, I feel they're just not going to be okay with this. So, but like I said, they're gonna hide it the best they can. Um, but I also get the Three of Summer, and this is, more like the Three of Cups, so this is all about celebration too. So this the other card that tells me, even behind that tower, that there will be a celebration. Um, and I also got the Lover's card too, but I can't show you the Lover's card, beautiful, because, the people in the picture are naked, so I'll get in trouble with YouTube, so I can't show it to you, but I did get the Lover's card with it, because the other card that came out before it was the Nine of Wands, and that's kind of like someone who's been through a battle, but they're still standing there fighting, they're staying their ground, even though they might be exhausted, they're still going. So, but with with this, the Three of Cups, and then the Lovers, that tells me it's going to be a good, happy, day for y'all. And, there will be a lot of happiness and celebration, but just be mindful of one or two people. But don't allow it to ruin your holiday, beautiful. Don't allow anyone who, whether they want you there or not, you know what, ignore them. Because, I know I've had to handle that same situation with my family, with not the family I, chose, or the family that um is my blood, but it's people that are tied to to the family I chose, and they like to cause problems. They don't care the fact that I'm around, and they don't want me getting close to people that are around, that they're close to. So, hi, beautiful Viviani. How are you, sweetheart? It's good seeing you, beautiful lady. It was a great show you had earlier. I enjoyed it. So I feel though it will happen, Courtney, as the way I'm reading it right now. The energy I'm reading right now says that yes. Just be mindful of one or two people. Um, but you still got time. Things can change. Anything can happen. It may even be, they may even have, a change of heart. Maybe, they wake up, they end up having a dream telling them, like, maybe you need to reconsider your position and let go of whatever those feelings are and, start over again. Anything's possible. They can wake up and have an epiphany, is, what I feel. And I feel like that could even be part of it, Courtney. I feel that way. That they may not be happy at first, but then maybe something like just changes their heart suddenly. That, makes them realize, like, maybe I'm being such a crappy person, or my mentality or my thought process isn't, you know, being a good person, so to speak. So that's what I pick up on, beautiful. Okay, beautiful Celine. I see your question. I'll get to it, honey. Hold on. So, let me pull you a few more cards, beautiful lady. And just see what else Spirit wants to say. Well, hello, Matt. If you're talking to me, sweetheart, no. I'm in Georgia. Where did that go? Right there. Let me put everything back. Where did that go? Here. Okay, Spirit. Courtney, I'm going to pull you an angel card and a spirit message postcard, okay? I'm so happy y'all are here. Hi, Swift. I just saw your donation, sweetheart. Thank you. I'll put you on the list, honey. Okay. I got you, Swift. I see it. Thank you, sweetheart. I got you on the list. Okay, beautiful Courtney. The angel card I pulled for you is the Shekinah, which is the gift of your presence. And it says, now is the time to show up in ways you have never shown up before. Get present with those you love and care about. Go beyond distractions and direct yourself back to the current moment so that you can enjoy the blessings that surround you. Instead of focusing on where you are going or what has previously happened, enjoy the beauty of the here and now. And then it has a little activation affirmation you can say. It says, I awaken to the blessings of the present moment. So they want you to kind of, be mindful of the present. The past is gone. Tomorrow's not here yet. So just focus on today. It's just kind of like a card that tells me, take it one day at a time. Just don't worry about tomorrow or yesterday. Worry about today, and tomorrow will come. And when it arrives, you can, be more focused on it then. And that's a beautiful angel. Isn't she beautiful? These are brand new cards I just got a few days ago. I love them. Okay. And let me do this for you real quick. Okay, so I will, honey. I got one person, or I got two people in front of you, honey. So All right, beautiful. The spirit postcard I got for you, Courtney, says, you have a unique purpose and destiny that only you can fulfill. But first, you need to know that destiny isn't a destination. You don't arrive at some special place where, poof, you're perfect and happy all the time. It's about establishing and firming up a commitment to a certain experience, whatever form that takes. Your soul knows what you need to experience. Your destiny is to be present to all of life's adventures, to discover your talents and full potential through allowing inspiration to lead you, and to risk standing apart from the crowd, to listen to your soul. You are special as much as you are also one with the world, individual, yet part of a great whole. Both truths have led you to this moment where we are saying you are on the right track, even if your ego self doesn't see that. Listen to your soul. Check in with spirit. Keep going. Spirit loves you. Life loves you. We love you. So I think this is like another card. Beautiful, Courtney. That just says kind of focus on the moment and keep going. That what is meant to happen will come. That, you know, what is meant for you is going to come and happen. That's what I feel from this, honey. Hello, comfortably numb. How are you? You're welcome, beautiful Courtney. Thank you for trusting me to read for you. Alright, Crown's Nest, you just want to know what's coming in love for you in the near future. Okay. Let me write that down real quick. Okay. That's what I got for you, beautiful Courtney. I hope that helps, honey. Alright. Beautiful Celine, I'm ready for you, sweetheart. I just gotta find your question. I know you posted it. Now I gotta find it. Okay, here it is. Okay. 6 months hard, I feel things turning. Any messages from spirit regarding money, success, and abundance. Alright. Let me see what I can pull for you. Pull this. Ouch. Damn, wrong dick. Alright, spirit. Yeah, I hurt you, spirit. that? What was wrong, Courtney? What's wrong, Maureen? Sometimes it's really cray-cray, sometimes not. Sip, sip, yes. Thank you. Hi, beautiful Hope. How are you, sweetheart? And hi to anyone else that came in the room that I missed. I'm sorry. Thank you for being here, beautiful people. They said not this one, okay. hello, Madeline. Were you in my chat room the other night? I offered to do a reading for you, but you weren't here. But then my one of my mods had said something about you had made a comment about how I read from the book and if that's all I do. So I mean, if you think that's all I do, sweetheart, you know, I don't know what to tell you. Probably. Huh. Well, I can tell you I'm very gifted. And no, I don't just read from a book. So if you had observed long enough, you would know that because many of these decks are new, that I'm still learning them, and I also take an intuitive imprint off of them afterwards. So okay, well that's all you had to say, you know, because no, I don't have to read from a book, but I want all my friends who come here and get a reading from me to get all the information too. And I don't just want to read the few words off of a card and leave them with that. And then I want to know what exactly the whole meaning behind the card is. So that way my guides can step in and tell me exactly if that's the right meaning or if they have a different message for that card. And sometimes they do, and sometimes it's completely different. So, but to answer your question, yes, I'm still taking questions, but it's going to be a little bit because all the people who make donations get read first. So if you would like to wait, you're more than welcome to. I can add you to the list. Thank you, beautiful Courtney. Make me blush, Courtney. I love y'all. I love y'all. You are the best. Okay, beautiful Celine. The first card I pulled for you, sweetheart, is the King of Swords. And this is a card about communicating what's important to you, being clear, being objective, without having your emotions tied into it. It's pretty much thinking with your head and kind of leaving your heart out of it. Now, whether you're doing both or maybe you're thinking more with your head and overanalyzing, whichever way it's going, I feel like you have to have an objection to what it is, what you're wanting to go after, and be clear about it and stay focused with that. Um, I feel like that you have to be impartial in certain situations because, you know, your emotions, I feel like you know, your emotions are in this more, because I get the feeling like you're either a manager or this is like your business. So I understand if your emotions are more tied into it, if it's something like that. So I just feel like you got to be clear about what it is you're wanting. If you have employees reporting to you, be clear and be objective, but also have, straight direction, without having, your emotions like over explode would be the best word I can use, and I get that just from having the King of Air, which in the Rider-Waite deck, this is the King of Swords. So, and this is all about thinking, all about your mind, your thoughts. So I feel like you just have to stay objective, stay on path, without allowing the best of you to get the best of you. And I feel like if you do that, you're going to have help, because I get the Lover's card. And this is, all about, this doesn't have to be romantic. It can be, but I feel like this is going to be people who are going to come to your aid, who's going to help you, whether that's, friendship, family, it could be a romantic partner. But I feel like someone's going to play a key role in this to help you, kind of like, I guess, settle your ground, make it to where it's more stable, for you to chart out that path to where you're wanting to go, to have more financial security, abundance, and success. And I feel like if you can do those two things, that it will be successful, because the next card I get is the King of Pentacles. And this is all about being like upper management, or like a business owner. And the King of Pentacles pretty much has everything, In the Rider-Waite, you see them sitting on their throne, and they have all their coins spread around them, and holding their sword, and, they're like, king of the world pretty much. So I feel like that's the position you will be in if you can, stay on course, and, be mild with your emotions. I'm not saying, if things aren't going as well as you had hoped, I'm not saying don't cry, sweetheart. Okay, please don't misunderstand me. What I'm trying to say is just don't go and, allow you to get caught up in your emotions and stay there. Cry your eyes out, if you must, if that's what you feel like you need to do, and then get back to business, stay focused. It's all about that mentality of staying focused and taking charge and going ahead onward. Even if that means, you're going to have to put in some of your blood, sweat, and tears, which I feel like you've been doing, and I feel like you're probably going to have to continue doing for a little bit. But I feel like you're going to be successful in this. I feel like things are going to smooth out in the end. And I feel like it's going to take also you having to trust yourself more too, because I don't feel like you're trusting yourself. I feel like you're over analyzing and you're doubting yourself. And I only say that because I get the Moon card, and the Moon card is normally about secrets being hidden. It's about mystery. But this card tells me this is also about your intuition. So, and that's what I feel like. You're doubting yourself. So I feel like Spirit is telling you to stay focused and listen to them, because they're trying to talk to you. Trust your intuition, whatever that gut feeling you get. Like, let's just say you're taking a shower, because I'll tell you what happens to me. A lot of times when Spirit wants to come through and talk to me, like whether it's my spirit guides or my loved ones, they like to do it when I'm in the shower, because I'm more relaxed. My mind is pretty much emptied. I'm doing something that's repetitive that, I do every day like the rest of us do. And it doesn't take like a lot of focus for me to have to, wash myself. So all, whatever was on my mind plus the hot water relaxes me. So anything that's been crowding my mind kind of escapes. And that's when Spirit will come through to me and give me messages and put downloads in my head to let me know of something that's coming, or a message. So I feel like it's going to be something like that. Or it could even be, when you're at, home at night, alone, or say, your house, everybody in your house is asleep, but you're up and you're just relaxing, taking it easy. When it's quiet and there's no interruptions, no distractions, I feel like that will be some of the best times Spirit's going to come through to you and, kind of guide you. And it's going to be up to you to decipher and discern, what you feel like is spirit coming through and talking to you, and what is actually just your own thoughts taking over. Um, the way I try and explain it to people, when I've learned that spirit is speaking, sometimes it's usually my thoughts are more like up here, and it's like, I'm not saying spirit's going to be over there talking to you about, well, don't forget to pay that bill. I'm not saying they won't say that, but that's not going to be at the top of their list. It's going to be more, having to do with other things in life, not about what you always feel is like at the most top of your list. It'll have a spiritual undertone to it. And I may not even be explaining this the right way. Because like I can tell you when many times when spirit comes through to me, it sounds like it's coming from the back of my mind instead of up here. And um one of the indications when spirit's coming through to me that I notice sometimes, it's something called spirit touch points. And spirit touch points is like when you get like chills, like, your mama's seeing me, and, many others who's on here right now have been here before, where I get chills. And that spirit over here talking to me, and they give me those chills to let me know they're there. And yes, this is coming from them. But there's other times where I'll get like a tingling sensation in the back of my neck. Or I might even feel like a touch on my arm, like just a slight touch. It won't be anything major. Or I may even feel like someone's like playing with my hair, when nobody's around me. It's those, or if you've ever heard that saying, like, you get those chills down your spine, like, and the saying is, somebody must have just walked over your gravesite. That's spirit coming through and talking to you. So if you ever catch yourself in those times, that's when you really want to pay attention, sweetheart. So I feel like there's intuition in here that you got to trust, and then spirit's going to come in more. And you might even be getting some of this when you're sleeping too. And you just may not be remembering it. But if you wake up during the day, like let's just say you have deja vu. Like say you just, you experienced something just then, and you've had that same experience, but you can't place it. It's like, no, but this never happened before. That would be one of those indications of when that has happened. That's when spirit has already put a download in you, telling you what's going to happen, showing you what's going to happen, and now it's just coming to fruition, and you're just now remembering it. It was in your subconscious, now it's coming up to your conscious, if that makes any sense. So, hi, beautiful Amanda, or I mean, oh, geez. I'm saying my own name because I just saw it on the screen. Hi, beautiful Diane. How are you, honey? Window, I see Celine and Johnny buying their own house. I don't know, honey. I have to look at that. You laughing at me, Diane? I know you're probably already thinking I'm tired. Okay, Courtney. I'll write her name down. I probably won't be back tomorrow, but I'll try and come back like Thursday or something. I'm good, honey. How are you? Let's see. I'm gonna have to pull. Let me finish this first, and then I can get to that. But I feel like it's gonna work out, Celine. I feel like because with this moon card, and the other reason why I say this is more about your intuition, is because I pulled a couple of other cards to go with it. And the first card I pulled with it is the Six of Swords. And this is about moving into calmer waters. So if things been rocky and rough for you for a little while, which I feel like they have been stressful, this is talking about things getting better, and it's going to start calming down, where it's going to be smooth sailing, okay? And then I also pulled another card, which I feel like this has to do with things improving in your material. This can even be like your house, like what your mom just asked. But I'll pull a couple other cards to see. But this card even specifically, it's the Six of Cups, um, which is normally about nostalgia, but I feel like this is more because this also has a money element to it. This is also about things improving and getting better, which just confirms like the Six of Swords right here, which is talking about calmer waters. Um, so I feel like that's why this moon card isn't about like secrets or anything like that. I feel like the mystery is just you not knowing, but your spirit team knows, or you know subconsciously. It just, that information hasn't come to the surface yet. But I feel like you're going to know those answers here soon. And I also pulled for you. They wanted me to pull you an angel card. And so the angel card I pulled is Jeremiah, and it says, call back your power. And it says, forgiveness is about no longer allowing someone or something to affect your state of happiness. It doesn't mean you have to forget the past or avoid a situation entirely. Right now, you are being encouraged to take your power, your light, and your capacity to make a decision back into your own hands. By taking back what is yours, you also command respect from those around you. So I feel like this is you calling in your power. Maybe you feel like you're giving your power away to others, allowing others, as some would say, have dominion over you. Don't allow others to have dominion over you. You be dominion of you, and you allow your light to shine and be in your power, be in your sovereignty, and stand firm and solid in that. And with you doing that, you will command more respect from others. Um, this can also mean, like, I feel like you need to forgive yourself for something too. Spirit just said that. Like, there's something that's bothering you that you may have guilt over, regret, something like that. So Spirit wants and is asking you to forgive yourself. So I think you need to have some forgiveness for yourself. Be a little more gentle with yourself. And I pulled you an angel number card too. And the angel number is 444. It is about protection. And this says, get ready for the good things you've been hoping for. You were born for a higher calling. Put your energy into going toward your ambitions, and the universe will align itself to provide you with the right people, circumstances, and resources to make things happen. So I feel like that you're being called to something greater, and your spirit team is going to bring in all the necessities and the people you're going to need to make it happen. And this can even, deal with, your professional. Maybe this is even, you wanting to buy a house. So they're wanting you to know, though, they're trying to make those resources available to you and for those right people and circumstances to come forward and help you with that. So that kind of like confirms what these cards are here. And then also pulled you a priestess card. And this one is all about balance. And it says stability and standing firm, which kind of goes well with that angel card I pulled for you. So I'm just going to go in here real quick and read what it says, and then I'll give you my interpretation of it. Okay, this card says, the priestess of balance walks a steady line, looking ahead yet staying centered. This card is telling you that restoring order and balance to your life will be important at this time. So take a good look at the energy and the effort you expend every day. If something's disproportionate, it may cause you to lose your center, your stamina, and even your peace of mind. Ask yourself, are you engaging in too much work and not enough fun? Too much taking care of others and too little caring for yourself? What about practical matters? Are you eating healthfully and drinking enough water? Are you getting enough muscle movement and peaceful relaxation? All these approaches can easily be abandoned when you get busy or stressed, but those are precisely the times when you need stability and balance most. Notice the light in the palms of this priestess, right and left, receptive and active, or energized, extending up to universal connection. She displays an equal focus on yin and yang energy and calls for you to become more energetically conscious. If you tend to be passive, it's time to stand firm in support of your own higher intentions. Yet if you tend to be active with little or no reflection on meaning or purpose, now is the moment to look inward and find some balance there. You can achieve the balance simply by paying attention to the needs of your daily life. When you make choices that honor your body, spirit, and personal priorities, you create the stability and stamina necessary to see you through to the fruition of your greatest dreams and desires. So I feel like Spirit is wanting you to know that you may, because I feel a little unbalanced with, I think, you being in your head a lot, that all that worry, whatever is stressing you out, that they want you to recenter yourself. Recenter yourself is both mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. So, take some extra time out, even if it's 5-10 minutes a day. Go for a walk, meditate, make sure just get some kind of exercise, drink plenty of water, make sure you're eating right. Because when you wear yourself down, when you get stressed out, that just wears down your energy more, and your body doesn't do as well. And it can't keep up if you're wanting to charge ahead, putting in however many hours you're wanting to put in to make other things happen and go well for you in, your life, whether that's, work, personal, professional, outside. If you belong to a church organization, if you have a group, a circle of friends that's not related to your work, or just friends from even back in high school, wherever that's at, you got to find balance between all of that to make sure you still have enough energy in you to keep going and make sure that you got enough in you for you at the end of the day. And understand me, beautiful, I have a problem with that. I sometimes I can wear myself down, giving myself to others and not taking as well care of myself as I know I should and probably need to be doing. But I do it out of love for others. But then I also know there's those times I have to do it for myself too. So that's just something to keep in mind. And I'm gonna read you this, and then I'll pull a few more cards about what they're saying or what I can see about you buying a house. It says, "Dearest you, all your prayers are heard and mirrored back to you from the unseen realms. Be grateful, praise things before they manifest, and always ask for the highest good. When you plead and beg, that will bring you only more reasons to plead and beg. Instead, offer your prayers as sacred gifts, as a testament to your faith. Offer your prayers as sacred gifts, as a testament to your faith in a higher power. Open up and let Spirit move through you and comfort you. Add meditation as a way to become empty so you will be ready to be filled with inspired epiphanies, peace, and understanding and joy. In this moment, your prayers are being answered for the highest good of both you and all life. Sometimes what you pray for is not supposed to happen for you, and your prayers will be answered in surprising ways. At this moment, we are listening intently to your prayers and want you to know that your highest good is our priority. All is well." Ugh. You're welcome. And let me grab a couple other cards, honey. I just want to see where specifically, if they'll show me roughly when, possibly. Oh, where's that deck? This is it, right? Yeah. Celine, does that make sense so far, sweetheart? Madeline, I'm still reading for other people. So when you walked in, you're in the same place as you are right now, okay? My paid readings take some time. I get very detailed and deep to where free readings are only like 1 or 2 card pulls. People who donate get several cards. You're welcome. Yes, Judith, we did. Well, I mean, the cards I'm getting this summer beautiful. I mean, we're at the end of summer, so I'm looking at possibly next summer then. So possibly in the next year. Maybe by the end of next summer. But I think there's a few things beautiful you gotta do first to kind of get that thing in motion. Because I know it's not as easy to buy a house today as it was like 20 years ago when I bought a house. When I bought a house 20 years ago, and I'm sure your mama can speak on this too, the rules and regulations and policies were, they were a lot easier. You didn't need nearly as much. And the proof, even the income, it was a lot less. But today it's like it's a lot more. So I think I'll tell you what I believe you should do, beautiful. I believe you and I know I saw a guy's name, so I don't know if this is your boyfriend or your husband, whoever this person is. I feel like you guys might benefit going to the bank now and having a chat with them and letting them know what your plans are and asking them, what do y'all got to do now to prepare, and they'll be able to tell you right now, like what what is needed, so that way when y'all are ready, y'all can just go in there and say, okay, well, we got this much money, we're making this much money, we got all this documentation and so on. So that way y'all won't have to wait. And they can do a pre-approval, at least here in the United States. Canada might be different. I don't know. I'm assuming you live in Canada because that's where your mama is. But they can do like a soft pull on your credit without doing a hard pull. The hard pull normally doesn't come until like right there, like in the last couple of months when you're right there getting ready to close on a house and sign, the papers to go through the close, to where they go back and verify all the information y'all gave to them, the original time is still accurate and up to date, and if anything has changed, then they can go through and update their system. But that's something that I always advise people to do. I even gave that same advice to my brother not that long ago, because I just had this house built, so I just went through that process too. And real estate is one of those businesses I want to start to help people. So, it's just something I'm going to have to really know and, based on the research and what I've, you know, learned over the past few years, that's pretty much the way I've understood it. So that's what I would do, beautiful. That would be my best advice for you. So don't wait till like y'all are already got y'all's, you know, head set on buying that house. Do it now, so that way, you know, y'all already going through that preparation to when, you know, y'all will absolutely be ready then. And there won't, hopefully won't be any hiccups, or not nearly as many hiccups. There shouldn't be, because y'all already know most of what needs to get handled, looked at, so on. And that way y'all might even have a good idea of like how much house y'all can afford too. But beautiful lady, there's nothing. I'll say this to you: you do what you want. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you as someone who's been through it. If a bank tells you, I'll give you an example. If a bank tells you, let's just say that y'all can afford a $500,000 house. But if you were to go through and look at your bills tells you that you probably only can afford maybe a $350,000 house. Go with what you know. Don't let that bank try and convince you, honey. Because if not, y'all could end up in a lot of trouble financially. End up, you know, being what I would end up calling house poor. Which means all the money you have is pretty much paying for your house. You really have nothing left over to buy, you know, the extra luxuries you know, are used to enjoying. You may, you know, have enough food and all that, but, you know, going on vacation, going on date night, you know, those types of things, you know, that might be something you would have to cut out, but the bank's not going to tell you that. Because another thing about home ownership is, you know, when things break down, you know, you don't get to call your landlord anymore and have them come fix it. It's up to you to fix it. And there's the property taxes, homeowners insurance, and then I know here, if you live in a neighborhood, some neighborhoods have an HOA, so there's the yearly dues, but there's even sometimes you have to pay it monthly. It just depends on what kind of neighborhood you live in. So those are just some of the things, you know, outside of this reading, just personally that, you know, I want to tell you about, sweetheart, just to think about and consider. So I hope that helps you, and I hope it resonates. Oh, all right, beautiful. Swetha, are you here, beautiful? You're welcome, Celine. Thank you for trusting me to read for you, honey. All right, beautiful. What's that, Judith? Okay, beautiful. Yeah, post your question. When will I conceive? Well, hello, time to do YouTube channel, official, whatever. That's a health question. I don't answer health questions. Sorry. You're welcome. Sorry, can't help you. Okay, when will you software test engineer job? Let's see what the cards say. You're welcome, Celine. Thank you again, sweetheart. And have a good night. Hopefully I'll see you again, honey. Alright. Crow's nest. I'll save you for the next time I'm here. I'll keep an eye out. Is Viviani still here? Did she leave? Sorry, I haven't been able to keep up with chat. Put this back in its box. Hi, Sue Toffee. How are you, honey? Sounds like something I would do. Hi, Ange. I didn't know you were here, honey. Hello, Arcana. I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce your name right. Sure, but you're gonna have to wait, sweetheart, because I'm doing paid readings first. All right, Diane. Well, thank you for stopping in, beautiful. I appreciate you. I'm sure you'll probably be back in like an hour, hour and a half. You're still here? Okay, well, Archana, I'm sorry. First, like I said, the free readings come after the donation readings are done, and I'm still working on donation readings. And two, your question I cannot answer because that is a third-party question. So I can't answer that. All right, beautiful Diane. And I'll see you later. Yes, I know you will. Looks like someone got kicked out. I'm happy to still see you here, Viviane. I wasn't sure if you still hung around, beautiful. Alright, Swetha. Excuse me. Okay, beautiful Carolyn. Well, you get some sweet dreams and have a good night. And I'll talk to you soon. And I love you too. On a police roll, huh? You go, Viviane. Thank you, honey. All right. Okay, so what the first card I get is the King of Autumn. And this is a card right now that's telling me that um, you have a lot of gifts. Like you've already gone through and done, everything you need to do to have a degree in engineering where you're wanting to go. Um, this is telling me that whatever companies you've been looking at, that they're looking good, and that there might be an interest in you, um, that they do recognize your gifts and your potential that you have and what you can bring forward to the company. But what I'm also seeing is there's like some type of indecision with you not able to make a decision or a direction of which way you want to go. Like, do you look at this company? Do you look at that company? Do you stay here in the state? Do you move out of state? And the reason why I say that is because I get the Two of Winter. And this is a card all about indecision, not making a decision. And, you may think that by not making a decision, well, I didn't make a decision though. Well, simply not making a decision is a decision. So in that point, the decision gets made for you where, maybe you don't, get hired on right now, or maybe the company you wanted to get hired on by doesn't even give you a call back because you're not ready to put your um, foot in the iron and, show up and say, well, I'll do the hard work. Maybe it means you may not be able to get paid what you want right off the, right off the top, or maybe you don't get the paid time off that you're looking for. It could be a number of things, but whatever it is, what Spirit is saying, you're not making a decision on where to go. So you need to make a decision and stick to it. And write out a game plan of like what is it that you're wanting? What are you looking for in a company? And what are those needs going to be where you'll be happy and fulfilled? And do you want to stay where you're at, or do you, not mind moving, out of state or even out of the country? I don't know. But those are the things you got to decide. And what can you live with? What can you not live with? So Spirit is telling you it's time for you to make that decision. You know, maybe narrow it down. If you take, the top 10 companies that you could possibly apply for, you know, out of maybe 30, take those top 10 and go through them and pick which one is going to line up with what you're looking for. And you may end up having to sacrifice something though in order to get hired on there too, is what I'm seeing here. um but wherever you go, I feel like it's going to be emotionally fulfilling. I feel like you're going to have, happiness, you're going to make friends. And I don't know if you're married or not, but if you are, I feel like you have a happy marriage and a happy family. And if you're not, I feel like you might even meet someone if you don't have someone you're serious with now. And the people that you'll be working for, I feel like are going to be happier there. I feel like you're going to have the support of your family too, no matter what that decision is. As long as it's you that's making the decision and somebody else isn't making that decision for you. So really go through the list of what it is you want, what you're looking for in an employer, how much money, how much paid time off, paid holidays, sick days, whatever that whole list is, that's what you need to figure out. And then make your decision from there. Take a look around, whether it's you want to stay in that state, go to another state, and then, look at which state you would be happy living in if it's not going to be your current state. What makes the most sense, and where do you feel like you can be happy and fulfilled, and stick to it, and then do your search there even. But I feel like you need to look at more than one or two or three options though. Spirits tell me you need to look at several in order to find the right fit that's going to fit with you. And the next card I get behind it is the Eight of Winter, which is the Eight of Swords. And this is a card that's talking about you have what it takes to do this job for whatever company it is. But it's you yourself that's doesn't have the confidence in yourself. And it's time for you to build that confidence. And without that confidence, no matter where you look or where you go, you're not going to be as successful. You're always going to be doubting yourself or feeling like you're not worthy enough. And then having that mentality, that's always going to show whenever you go to an interview. Managers are very good at reading people and knowing who's confident. It doesn't matter, yeah, your resume and your skills and your education does play a role, but you got to have the whole package. You also have to be confident. You have to be intelligent. You have to, be well grounded and so on. And someone that can, work well with others. There's a whole list. Managers really, nitpick at all those things. People don't stop and consider out the number of things they look at, and decide, who's the better fit and why. And I'm, telling you this, not just because of this card's telling me this. I'm telling you this from someone who, has been in that management role myself, and also been married to someone who also was in that management role, who was in upper management, in fact. So I got to watch that whole process play out of, when they, had to hire on someone new and why they got picked, and from the several candidates that, put in applications, they got it down to maybe two or three people. And, 10, 20 people could have put their application in, but they'll narrow it down to those last two or three and go around and do a second or a third interview. Then they make their decision, and then they would make that offer. And does the person they're wanting to hire, do they have to accept that offer? Well, if they want the job, yes. Could they have counter offered it? I'm sure they could have, but how well that would go? Probably not. probably not go far because, you know, companies have a budget of how much they can pay an employer. There's a set number they have to stick to. And those numbers they go over pretty much quarterly and annually. There's already a budget in place of what they can pay someone. So those are all the factors you got to keep in mind. But first, get your confidence up. Look at, you know, just think about everything you've gone through up to this point. You know, your education, even the jobs you take on before then, and have given you, you know, an extra footing to be able to do the job you're wanting to take on now, and to be able to do it well, and to be able to hold, you know, your own weight, you know, working side by side with others. So, you know, in order for a manager to hire people, they got to be confident that their employers are going to do their job, because otherwise, if they don't, then guess who gets in trouble? I mean, sure, you'll get in trouble, but the manager's going to get in trouble too, and they're going to hear about it from their boss. So at the end of the day, it's you who makes the manager look good, who makes the next manager, their manager, look good, because you put in the work, unless you're going in for a management position, but it still kind of goes up the ladder unless you're the CEO or higher up there. So, um, the next card I got for you is the King of Winter. And this is about someone who is, you know, fair-minded, who is knowledgeable and experienced, and has, you know, what it takes, but you may also need to look at going to someone else. Look at a recruiter, look at maybe a temp agency, look to someone else who's been in this type of job, and maybe even look, you know, look to them like a mentor, someone you can talk to, who might be able to help you out with your resume, who might be able to give you some extra tips on how to land that job that you're wanting, or where those best jobs are, like in what area, and what you can look at getting for that job that you're looking at, you know, because every state, since you live in the United States, every state, their wage is going to be different, and it's down to the cost of living. So I know engineers do get paid a good portion more, but it's still, to be an engineer in my state, in Georgia, you're going to get paid a lot less than you would if you were to go to like up northeast to like New York, or if you were to go out to the West Coast to like California. You won't get paid nearly as much here. But does that mean you still can't have a good living here in Georgia? Well, of course. You can still have a great living here. It just won't be, you know, at the top tier of what the national average is what I'm saying. You won't be at the very top. California, yeah. New York, yeah, I can see it. But Georgia, not so much. So look to someone else for that knowledge that can help you, and provide you that guidance of what to do next. I feel like they'll have some extra pointers for you that, um, even something you probably hadn't even thought of, and even something that I probably haven't even mentioned here, that will be beneficial to you. And I feel like, you know, if you can do all that, you will end up coming out at the end of this as the star. I feel like this is the card of hope, the card of optimism, and this is the card to say that you are going to end up crossing that finish line. It's just a matter of you going through the steps before then to get to the star, to have that extra optimism to land that job and make all the right choices to get there. And I feel like, you know, because I pulled a couple extra cards just to clarify one of these other cards, it's telling me that there is going to be a job you're going to get. Now, where could it possibly be and when? That comes down to, it's either going to be like somewhere where I see snow, because these cards show me snow. Um, and it could be anywhere from now to like um, 14, 15 months is what I'm getting. So I know 14, 15 months is long. Doesn't mean that's going to come in 14, 15 months. It can happen anywhere from now to 14, 15 months from now, based on the energy I read here. Okay. But this can change. You know, Your choices can change. That can change the dial, can change the timeline. Even someone else coming into the picture, like a role model or a mentor of some kind, can come in and change it. But the way I see it now, there's going to be a lot to be celebrating, because I saw the Three of Cups in here that came out when I pulled another card to clarify another card. And it tells me that you will be celebrating with people, and it's going to be a good celebration. It's going to require you having to go the traditional route, though, because this is the Hierophant. The Hierophant is all about tradition, and that's both, culturally, and that also goes into the corporate world. It's all about tradition, so you're going to have to stick to those traditions if you want the kind of job you're looking to get, and possibly the type of money you're looking to make. And I guess if you're even looking at wanting to stay in your, state, which I think you said Michigan, um, you're just going to have to wait it out. But I think there's still a couple of things you got to go through first to get there. But once you do, I think, you will get that job. It's just going to be take a little while first. I hope it doesn't. I feel like it can come, anytime. But it all depends on you. But get your confidence up first. In fact, I'll tell you what I tell people. Um, when people are going through a hard, stressful time, there's a saying I always say, and that is, when I'm going through that hard time, when I feel like I'm giving up or I'm losing hope, I always have to remind myself, and I say this to myself in the mirror every day. I say, everything's going to work out perfectly in my favor. And I keep saying that, and I keep saying that, and I may have to say that to myself multiple times a day to remind myself to keep myself in that higher vibration, in that more positive mindset, and to keep me focused instead of worrying, and stressing out. I need to stay focused and keep going. And if I continue doing that and keep telling myself everything's going to work out in my favor, it tends to happen that way. I'm not saying it's going to turn out ideally, like, a fairy tale, like, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is it's going to turn out a lot better than maybe your worst fears could think of. And so it will get better. Just work on your self-esteem, your self-worth, and build up your confidence. And I think it's going to be okay. So I'm going to pull for you an angel card and a couple other cards over here to see what other messages they may have for you to help you. I know, honey. Well, I appreciate you stopping by to see me. And thank you for bringing your daughter to see me. I appreciate you, honey. Let's see. Oh, well, good. I'm glad, honey. I got a couple more cards for you, Swetha. Hold on. Just let's see what the angels and your whole entire spirit team collectively, what extra message they have for you. But I'm glad what I said helps you and resonates. So just hang in there, honey. I know it's hard, especially when you want something so badly. That I get. I think all of us can testify to that at some point, and us having to have patience and wait. It's one of the hardest things to do. I know. I can be impatient sometimes. But I do know. So, well, I'm sorry you're feeling low, honey. Well, hopefully my reading helped you to raise your energy up. Okay. Okay. The angel card I pulled for you just happens to be hope. And it says move with grace. This is a time to learn and adapt. You are being invited to slow down, take your time, and take in the current moment. Stop putting too much pressure and expectation upon yourself, as it's taking you away from your natural attention to detail and the expression of your creativity. There's no need to rush or force your way ahead. Good things happen when you move with tenderness and care. And there's a little message that you can use as an affirmation. And it says, I trust in the ease and flow of life. So your angels want you to remember that and just say that to yourself. I trust in the ease and flow of life. And trust that it's going to get easy and it's going to flow the way it's supposed to and the way it's meant to. And then your postcard from Spirit says, Dearest you, we have a secret for you. The more you think you know, the less you actually do. So if you are willing to keep an open mind, you will avoid the narrow confines of the know-it-all and open up to the unlimited potential that can be discovered only by the curious optimist. Curiosity allows you to discover new things, see the world from a different perspective, and find answers to questions you might not even know you have right now. Whatever is going on, it's important to know that you are not aware of all the aspects of it you need to see to make an informed choice. You might be projecting a story that isn't totally true. So moving forward, your mantra could be, I don't know, or that's interesting, as you keep your mind and your heart open to new experiences and a richer existence overall. All of us over here want you to be all you can be. We are cheering for you. Can you hear us? Well, that's a beautiful message, Sweta. I feel like that's like saying, you know, there's still some things you got to learn, you got to figure out, and that could be coming from someone else that's going to help you, to show you those extra little things that maybe you didn't know, or maybe you never thought of or ever considered before. So I would think that, you know, if you can change your perspective, which, you know, having more than one perspective always helps, because to me, I don't see life in black and white. I see, yeah, there is black and white, but there is also gray. So I feel like you need to come to that gray area to be able to see it more than one possible way, more than one possible outcome. And I believe that if you find someone who can help you, be that mentor, guidance, you know, maybe even like a counselor of some kind, I believe they'll help you and direct you in the right direction and show you, you know, the things you still consider, the things you may still need to do that maybe you don't want to do, or you're like in denial of having to do them, but you might still have to do them, that kind of thing. Someone who's going to be honest and real with you and, you know, give you the truth without, you know, being a harsh critic of you, but give you, you know, the criticism with a lot of helpful solution um, that will help you push you and motivate you forward. So you just got to focus on keep putting one foot in front of the other and stay positive, and you'll get there. I believe that. Aw. Well, thank you. Thank you, Judith. I'm happy she was. And you have sweet dreams, Judith. I know I'll see you soon. Thank you again for everything. Good night, honey. So, I hope that helped you, Swetha. Thank you for trusting me to read for you, sweetheart. Okay. And Crow's Nest isn't here. I don't think they came back, so I'll have to get her next time. Okay, Madeline, are you still here? Oh, thank you, honey. Same to you. I'm wishing you the best. I'm cheering you on. If you ever feel down, you're always welcome to come back here, sweetheart. We're a very loving community, and we're welcoming to everyone. Okay? Thank you for coming again and for being here. You're welcome, honey. So Madeline must have left. I know I must have my beautiful lurkers here. Viviani, are you still here, honey? Andrew, you still here? Welcome. Dang, I can't believe it's already 1 o'clock. Time goes by fast. So who all is still here, beautiful people? Is there anyone here that wants a reading who hasn't gotten one? Ange, Viviani, are y'all still here? If not, I may close this down and come back maybe a little bit later. We'll see. Because unfortunately for me right now, I'm still wide awake. Okay, well, I guess I'm going to shut it down for now then. Maybe I'll come back later tonight if I'm still up. So, to my beautiful people, my beautiful lurkers, thank you for being here. I see y'all are here. And to everyone else who come, who allow me the opportunity to read for y'all and trust in me. It means the world to me. So thank you, everyone. And I wish y'all so much love, so much blessing, so much joy, so much happiness. all the good things in life, all the great abundance, prosperity, good health, joys, all the good things in this life we all want and are deserving of. And that includes you, beautiful people. Until next time, bye.